So data entry forms. So if you ever ask to create a data entry form, we're always going to create it by a form wizard. So first of all, it says create a data entry form using all the fields in the cars table. Alright, so to create a data entry form, I'm just going to save these and close these tabs just in case. So to create a form, you go to create at the top, form wizard. So remember, every time before you, or if you've ever asked to create a form, it's form wizard. But just read carefully, it's for the cars table. So just under table here, where it says tables and queries, in this drop down menu, we want it for cars. So just make sure cars is selected. And all the fields must be involved in this form. So I'm just going to take them all across. If you ever have to take across individual ones, you can just use this little single arrow. But if we know we're going to use all of them, just use the double arrow. Then go next. We don't have to change anything here. Next. And maybe just give it an appropriate title. So we're talking about cars. So I'm going to say cars data entry form. And finish. And it'll create the form for us. And there we go. So now we just got to edit this a little bit. So the form must display only one record at a time. This is what it's doing here. This is a single record. So if you want to go to the next record, you just click on this little arrow over here. So this is record 2 of 837, record 3, etc. Only one record is showing at a time, so that's already done for us. Apply at least 4 features to this form to make the design user-friendly. Okay, so when they're talking about features, they want us to put buttons in and just to make the layout look a bit different. So buttons would be a feature that we can put into this form. So to place buttons on a form, we can just go to View, Design View. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make some space here. So over the top of the form footer bar, I'm going to drag it down a bit to make space. And let's place a button down. So I'm going to put 3 buttons down. Okay, so the first button I'm going to put down is a button that will go to the previous record. Okay, so record navigation, I'm going to go to previous record. I'm going to click on next. I want the text previous record to be shown on this button. So I'm going to say next. And you can give it a meaningful name. I'm just going to leave it as command 17 and finish. So here's the button previous record that has been made. So you'll see just now, once I've made all 3 buttons, how this is going to work. So we've got one for the previous record. Let's make another button that goes to the next record. So record navigation, go to next record, you can go next. I want the text next record to appear on this button. We go next and finish. So next record is here. Resize it if you want, move it up where you want it to be. And maybe let's have one more button that we can use to save a record typed in. So now this is record operations. We want to save a record that we type in. Go next. I want the text save record to appear on this button. Next and finish. Okay, you can resize them. And let's check if these buttons work. So if I go to View, Form View, you can see we're on record 1 of 837. So if I click on next record, it should take us to the next record, record 2. So I'm going to click on next record. And you can see it takes us to the next record. So if I keep on taking next record, the records change. If I go previous record, it will take us back to previous ones. So on record 6 now, if I hit previous record, it goes to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. So we can move through the form using these buttons. And let's say we want to enter a blank record. If I click on the blank record over here, and I type in some information, and I want to save this information that I've typed in, I'll just say save record, and it will add that record to the form. Alright, so those are buttons. So we just need to now go back to design view, and just check everything else is satisfied. So 4 features. So buttons would be 1. Another feature would be that your title is an appropriate title, and maybe let's just make it bold, let's make it italic, let's make it stand out a bit. So if we go to view, form view, it will look a little bit different. Another feature would be that the information is spaced correctly. Nothing's crowded together. So Access kind of does it for us. The information is not crowded. Another feature would be that the boxes, I guess, let me just double check if this instruction is not coming up. Okay, no, this instruction is coming up over here. Okay, so basically, I think this would be inappropriate for now. Yeah, so just be careful. Just know how to put in buttons, how to make the title a little bit different, give it an appropriate name. We also have the drop-down menu. So in one of the previous videos, we made a drop-down list. This also helps the form to be more user-friendly. So that would be another feature in the form that would make it user-friendly. So I think that should be fine for now. Just know how to make drop-down menus, know how to add buttons, know how to give your form an appropriate title, and Access will make sure that these fields are spaced appropriately. So in this case, we have our 4 features. Okay, so let's just have a look at the next question. So field headings are consistently aligned to the left in columnar formats. Okay, so that's already done for us in Access. So everything's aligned as we need. Data entry boxes are appropriately sized for the type of data. Okay, so to do this, what you'd have to do is go to View, Layout View, and you can see this box over here. It's taking up more space than what is needed for the length of this information. So we'll just make this a bit smaller. Same for this drop-down menu, make it a bit smaller. But just to make sure, when you go back to Form View, just check that in your drop-down menu, all of those fields are visible. The power must be smaller. Engine sizes make smaller. Price. So just a bit smaller than actually what we would have originally. So if we go to View, Form View, and just check out the drop-down list. So all of these are still visible. And there is enough space here to show those drop-down options. Alright, so that is how you create the form. Suitable title in a large underlined font, so we've already done that, as that would form part of the 4 features. And you can see here, here's a little hint as to what features you could use. So we've already done those. So step 35, use the form created in step 34 to enter the following the following data as a new record. So to enter a new record in your form, you just go to View, Form View, and you're going to click on this little star to take you to a blank entry, and you type this information in. So VIN is this number, so I'm just going to copy paste. Model is micro. Power is G. Engine size is 1200. Cost price is not here. Okay, so I guess we can leave that out. Color is blue. The distributor is FMDSA. And dispatched is yes. And then to save this record, we can just use our button. We can just click save, and it'll save the record for us. And the last thing is placing evidence document screenshot showing this data in your form. This is evidence 9. So all we do, evidence 9. We take a screenshot of this to show the information in our form. Paste it. And just crop off the data, the information that we don't need. And just resize so that it is fully visible. Okay, cool. So that is how to create a form, how to put in information in the form, and just how to make sure you have 4 features that make the form user-friendly.